downtown Miami, Florida. A comfortably decorated office with a black leather, gray satin couch and a matching chair. Holding a notebook and pen is Dr. Ronald Splatt.
Take the stool. Good afternoon. You must be Pablo Escobar? Does that door lock, senor? I'm sorry, it doesn't. Is that a problem? Only for the fool who thinks he can get past my bodyguards outside and make an attempt on my life. Bodyguards? Si, senor. I never go anywhere without my very best sicarios by my side. They are fierce men, senor. Loyal to their patron. Okay. You, senor. Are you loyal? I guess that depends. On what, senor? On the person or the circumstance? Very good, senor. I do not trust a man who cannot think for himself. Although my sicarios, of course, think only of me, that is what they must do. Defend me with their lives. If they fail, they will die a terrible death, but it is not such an admirable quality in a man to be so single-minded. I suppose you're right. Please, have a seat. Thank you, senor. So very weary. Yes. So Pablo. Si, senor. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria. May I call you by your first name? Si, senor. You may call me Don Pablo. Your first name is Don. It is Pablo. Don is a term of respect in Spanish. I see. So tell me, Pablo. Don Pablo, yes. I want to know a little about you. Are you married? Si, senor. My lovely wife is at this very moment sitting in your waiting room, surrounded by my loyal sicarios. And what's her name? Maria Victoria Escobar Enyao. But we call her Tata. Children? Si, senor. We have a niño, one Pablo Escobar Enyao, and a niña, Manuelita. Wonderful. And do you enjoy being a father? I love my children, if that is what you are asking. I would gladly die for each. I would gladly cut off the head and drink the blood of any of my enemies who dares to touch a hair on my children's head. I trust you've worn their barbers. Their barbers, senor. You mentioned not wanting anyone to touch a hair on their head. Si, senor. And your attempt at humor is duly noted and appreciated. Most amusing. So, Pablo, Don Pablo, yes, sorry, I'll write it down. I want to know what brought you here today. I came by taxi, senor. It is the same as me. Usually I drive in the front, one of my sicarios will drive it. The gringo, DEA, and the policia are too stupid to think that a man of my position will travel by taxi. Sometimes, to add to the confusion, I will drive myself. It also makes for a nice change. What is your position exactly? I mean, your job. I work in agriculture, senor. Here in Miami? Oh no, I'm only here on business. My home is in Colombia, where I harvest and distribute a product of the rich and pure soil. Coffee? Not cafe, senor. Cocaina. Cocaine? Si, senor. You're a drug dealer. No, senor. As I said, I work in agriculture. You should write that down, not ask me such a stupid question again. The point is, you are involved agriculturally speaking in the growth and distribution of an illegal substance? It is only the gringos, the corrupt officials of the Estados Unidos, who consider a miracle of nature illegal. I'm pretty sure most countries don't allow cocaine. And you, senor, are you also ignorant of the many healthy benefits of cocaine? Of course. I studied the effects of the drug in school. I'm also aware that Sigmund Freud experimented with it as a means of coping with depression. Si, senor, it is very good for depression. It's also good when you need energy to stay awake for days, stay ahead of your enemies. Let's follow that line of thought. You mentioned enemies many times. Who are these enemies? Anyone who does not love me. Anyone who doesn't love me. Don't you think that's a bit extreme? What way, senor?
Well, not everyone's gonna love you.
Then they are my enemies.
Yes, I see. Why don't you tell me exactly what you want to talk about?
Si, senor. I want to talk about the sueño, the dream I keep having. It's happening night after night. I do not know why I am having this dream.
This is wonderful. I'm an expert on dream interpretation. Perhaps you read my article on nocturnal emissions and the id in the Journal of Psychoanalytic Psychotherapy, Potpourri.
Senor, that is why I am here. You are fearing that the unconscious madre is responsible for the conscious hombre's sexual fantasies and fertile ground in the mind of Don Pablo.
I must say, I'm impressed you read it. I'm pleased you liked it.
Your drawing, hell.
No, there is more of an educational choice than an artistic one. I'm not classically trained.
You are modest, senor. Your sketch of this screaming woman mounting the sleeping man reminded me of Diego Rivera.
Oh, please, I'm blushing.
Even so, you have beautiful skin.
It's very kind of you to say. I do moisturize.
Si, senor, es una cuestión muy importante. I always tell my sicarios, oil your faces, along with your guns and machetes.
I imagine that's good advice. So the dream, tell me about it.
Si, senor. Don Pablo dreams every night. I'm sitting on a high red roof, and I'm reading a letter. It's a love letter from my tata to her, Don Pablo.
Interesting. Why do you think you're on a roof?
Si, senor, it is simple. The reading light is better.
Makes sense. Please continue.
The letter makes Don Pablo very happy because Tata has agreed to become my bride.
Did this happen in real life? Did Tata write you such a letter after you asked her to marry you?
Oh, no, senor. Tata accepted Don Pablo's love over a bowl of sopa de mondongo.
Sounds delicious.
Oh,
It's a soup.
Si, senor. It is made from a cow's stomach. Hey, if there are no cows about.
Yes,
slaughter.
continue.
The letter makes Don Pablo so happy. I jump for joy and fall from the roof.
Ouch.
Si, senor, it hurts to fall from a high red roof in the dream. I break my ribs, my knees, my solar plexus, even the mustache of Don Pablo bent from the floor.
And how does this make you feel? I mean, in the dream. Do you recall having a feeling in the dream after the fall?
Yes, senor. I feel bad.
Bad, like embarrassed or ashamed?
Si, senor, also a little afraid.
Good, good. Well, it's good that you recall your feelings. Please, continue.
After the fall, the doctores, they come running. They try to save Don Pablo, but
Yes?
Don Pablo está muerto.
Dead.
Si, senor, Don Pablo is no more.
And that's how the dream ends? You wake up then?
No, there is more. A great funeral is held for Don Pablo. Through the streets of Medellin, everyone is very sad.
And in the dream you know you're dead, that the people are upset?
Si, senor, it's as if I'm watching everything from above.
And then you wake up?
In a way, senor. In the dream, Don Pablo smells his favorite dish cooking.
Monday soup.
Mondongo! Sopa de mondongo!
I'll write it down. Yes, but was I right?
No. What Don Pablo smells is pastel de bagre, papa.
And that's,
It's like a catfish pie.
I imagine that gives off quite an odor.
Oh, si, senor, it is an intoxicating treat for the senses.
So you smell the catfish cake.
Pie,
Pie,
senor,
yes,
Write it
yes.
down, write it down.
And then?
Then, senor, I come back to life.
And then?
That is it. I always wake up as soon as I come back to life.
So, I imagine you're happy at the end of the dream, because you're alive again.
I cannot say, senor. As I just told you, I always wake up as soon as I come back to life. Please write down what I
Yes,
say.
I remember. Perhaps it's best if I ask you how you feel when you wake. Are you happy?
Usually my first thought is of the baño. Fortunately, Don Pablo is a weak bladder.
Surely you have some feeling other than physical.
Occasionally I am aroused sexually. But Tata is usually up making my breakfast, so it can be a bit frustrating.
You say you don't know why you're having this dream. Have you really no idea what it might be about?
Si, senor. Don Pablo is stumped.
Have you shared the dreams with any others?
Only Tata. It is not wise for Don Pablo to show weakness to anyone else.
Surely having a confusing dream is not a sign of weakness.
For Don Pablo, anything other than strength is weakness.
So does Tata have an opinion on the dream?
Si, senor. Tata thinks it is connected to the song.
The song?
Don Gato.
I'm confused. Who's he?
That is the name of the song, senor. Don Gato, the cat.
What's it about?
A cat.
I surmised that. What else is it about?
I only know Tata sings it every night to our niños at bedtime.
Every night?
Si, senor. Her voice is so beautiful, so soothing. I fall asleep as well.
So you hear the song regularly?
Senor, I just said that I do. Please write down what I said.
Yes, I know. Tata, she's in the lobby? Sorry, yes, it's a habit that comes with being a therapist, asking a question when one already knows the answer.
It's not a good habit.
I suppose not. I was wondering if Tata might come in for a moment and sing the song. I think it really might be beneficial, helping figure out the dream.
Tata is muy shy, senor. Even with our niños, she only sings the song with a wool hat over her eyes.
Can you at least ask? I think it really will help us figure this out.
You try, senor. Tata! It's okay. Come with me. Come. Tata has agreed to sing, senor, but only if you give her a hat with which to cover her eyes, or if you close your eyes and promise not to open them again until she is done.
Oh, I don't have a hat! I will close my eyes.
And not to open them again until she is done. Please, senor, promise.
I promise. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Now, my enchilada. Give us a cat.
Oh, Senor Don Gato was a cat. On a high red roof, Don Gato sat. He was there to read a letter, meow, meow, meow. Where the reading light was better, meow, meow, meow. 'Twas a love note for Don Gato. I adore you, wrote the lady cat, who was fluffy, white, and nice and fat. There was not a sweeter kitty, meow, 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 in the country or the city, meow, meow, meow. And she said she'd wed Don Gato. Oh, Don Gato jumped so happily. He fell off the roof and broke his knee, broke his ribs and broke his whiskers, meow, 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 and his little solar plexus, meow, meow, meow.
Ay, caramba!
Cried Don Gato. All the doctors, they came on the run just to see if something could be done, and they
That was wonderful. What a beauty.
Muchas gracias, senor.
Please, Ronald.
Is it not, as I said, senor, a voice from the angels?
And everything else.
Mi amor, at least leave us now. So, senor, did this song help you with my dream?
What?
The song, Don Gato. You make a connection.
Yes, the song? I was just... how long have you and Tata been married?
Senor?
I mean, how long have you and Tata been singing the song to your, two niños?
Ah, for many years, senor. Since our niños were niños.
But the dream you're having is rather new, yes?
Say, senor, what is the point?
Well, I was thinking that the song might be triggering the dream, seeping into your subconscious, so to speak. You, in the dream world, have become Don Gato.
I will not say this again, senor. I am not a cat.
I was speaking metaphorically. You're mentioned many enemies. You know, Don Gato dies in the dream. Isn't it worth thinking that you might fear death as well?
Don Pablo fears nothing, senor, except perhaps extradition to a Yankee jail. And a Colonel Will. And maybe that movie where the hombre dresses up like his dead madre, stabs the lovely chica in the shower.
Psycho.
No, senor. Not psycho. Just like that movie gives me the shivers. That's all.
Look, forget the fear of death for a moment. Perhaps there's something going on between you and Tata that is troubling you. You're reading a letter from her in the dream before you die. Perhaps you're afraid that your love will die and that Tata might leave you for another man. Say someone a bit more educated.
Say that again, senor. I will have one of my sicarios make chorizo out of your intestines.
I was merely voicing an analytic theory.
I was merely voicing a theory on how to skin you alive.
And perhaps it's time to end the session. My goal is not to agitate you, but to help you.
Please, senor, sit down. I am not going to harm you. I was angered, yes. But mostly I was embarrassed. When you said what you said about my tata leaving me, it struck a nerve, so I lashed out at you. I apologize, senor, please. Please.
Well, I understand. Analysis is a messy business. So, let's talk some more about you and Tata, why you think she's no longer in love with you.
I never said that, senor. I know my tata loves me more than life.
Then
itself.
what's the problem?
Me, senor, but it's not an easy thing to talk about with another man.
You're impotent.
You are funny, senor. Don Pablo does not have a problem with Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
The writer?
No, senor. That is the name of Don Pablo's famous penne.
Pasta. You cook.
You have a great sense of humor, senor. Penny, of course, is penis.
Right. Right. Yes. Of course, I was joking. Yes. Yes. So what's the thing that's not easy to say that's jeopardizing you and Tata?
This does not leave this room. You're not to tell you what harm could come to Don Pablo should this information fall into the hands of my enemies.
Of course, I would never tell a soul or take possession.
Bien. The truth is, senor, I am cheating on Tata, and I know if she finds out, she will never forgive me.
How dare you? I mean, how so?
I am ashamed to say, senor.
You must tell me. And her. It's the only way to heal.
I will tell you, but I cannot bear to look at my Tata and tell
It's
her that-
okay. What's the woman's name?
Oh, it's not a señorita, senor. I am cheating with Manuel.
You're having an affair with a man.
It's not the time for fun and games, senor. Don Pablo is an open-minded hombre, but I am only interested in women in that way. Manuel is a chef. I've been sneaking out in the evenings to have dinner at his restaurant. He makes a breaded pescado, makes my mustache curl with delight. Tata, on the other hand, is a disaster in the kitchen. I cannot bear to eat another morsel. morsel of her food. That is my betrayal.
So how do you sneak out? At dinner time, that is.
I usually tell her that my sicarios and I have to kill an enemy, make some bombs, something normal and simple, so as not to arouse suspicion.
Perhaps, and this is just me thinking aloud, the dream you are having is a desire for punishment at the highest level. You're a Catholic, correct?
Si, Señor, but Pablo is muy devout to the Lord God, Jesus.
Perhaps you see yourself as a Jesus-type character, dying for your sins, and then, as the song suggests, coming back to life.
That is muy deep, Señor. Thank you. But wrong. Don Pablo is not a cat, nor is he the Messiah.
Again, I was speaking metaphorically.
But you did make Don Pablo realize something.
Yes?
You mentioned the Lord God, Jesus. As a Catholic, I only eat fish on Fridays. I mentioned to you Manuel's bread and pescado.
I wrote it down.
Muy bien, Señor. When I get to the restaurant, the smell of fish is strong. Just like in the song, it is in the air.
Yes? Go on.
That is it, Señor. That is why I am having the dream.
I don't understand.
I am hungry for Manuel's bread and pescado. When Tata sings of the smell of fish in the air, I am usually dozing off. It must get into my, as they say in your profession, my subconscious. Yes, that is it. Oh, I feel so alive. You have helped me unravel the mystery.
Well, I'll take the credit, but you did most of the work.
Si, señor. Don Pablo is muy insightful.
Luckily, we got it all done in 20 minutes.
We are done.
I think so. Now, the only thing left to discuss is my fee. My standard rate for the
Please,
session is
Señor, what you have given me is priceless. I feel now I can sleep again in peace and eat as well. For this, I will give you something much better than money.
cocaine.
Not cocaine. I will have Manuel the chef flown to Miami to cook for you.
That's not necessary.
Pescado.
A check is fine. Really, cash is even better, actually.
No, senor, money is not enough reward. Manuel will be here tomorrow evening to cook just for you. And senor, if you are ever in Colombia, don't drink the water. Thank you. I understand. If I were you, I'd be doing the same thing. I want to thank especially my 117 followers, 118 followers on YouTube, and anyone else out there on the interwebs who may have witnessed today's performance. We're very glad that you joined us for this premiere of the Splat Sessions and hope that it moved you, not to a new location, but intellectually and emotionally. And, most importantly, we all learned a valuable lesson. Don't drink the water in Colombia. This is Charlie Ward, reminding you to keep your chin up and your head down. Thanks for watching. So long.